Hi, my name is Carter and welcome to Carters Snowboard Tune Up Tips. This is our second video in the series, and today we're going to be doing edge tuning. You should always tune your edges because they're a pivotal part of your board. You're always on them when you're turning or shredding the mountain. So you always want to make sure they're sharp and smooth. They don't necessarily need to be sharp, but really they need to be smooth. A jagged edge will slow you down whenever you're turning and make your boarding a lot harder. Plus, smoother edges that have been properly maintained also make transitioning from edge to edge a lot easier. Generally, you should check your edges every single trip up the mountain. You should do this because you'll just want to check to make sure there isn't any huge dents in the board. If you leave these alone till next time, you might damage them and split the edge, causing you a lot of money in damages. In this video, we will be learning to tune our edges and buffing out any damage in them also. To do this, we're going to need just a simple dry rag, anything like that will do, a edge sharpener, a gumi stone, and finally, a diamond stone. To do this, we should also have the board set up like this, flat with the base up. You want it as flat as possible so you can get exact precise angles. And you want it to be in a pretty stable base so you can get good smooth strokes. Begin by having your baseboard turned away from you, your baseboard up, and then just run your hands along the edges. You want to just feel. You can really try and just feel for any burrs or nicks in the edge. It should be quite easy to see. And when you find one, for example, there's one here, you're going to just take your gumi stone on the rough edge and first just take it across the base edge. Just do that a couple times until it starts to really smooth out. And then you're going to want to go over and do the side edge. Leaving these notches in the edge will open it up to damage. And say if it gets hit next time and you haven't fixed it, it could split the edge, causing again a lot of damage. Once you've done that, also just make sure to use your dry rag and wipe off any rust you've taken off there and anything that's just gotten in there. The next step is deciding what type of angle you want for your board. Most riders will just use a simple 90-degree angle. This is a good angle to use, and it's what comes on most boards from the factory. So I suggest you keep it. You begin by using your edge sharpener tool and just dragging it across the base in the way it says on the side, just 2 to 3 times with quite heavy pressure. You might have a little bit of problems with your binding, but that's okay. You can just simply go over with the gumi stone those places you haven't gotten. And just keep going over. 2 to 3 times. And see, we had a little problem here. We can just quickly go over here to make sure it's flat. Now we're going to repeat the same on the side edge by just doing 2 to 3 times over. Now doing this will leave you a problem. It'll make a hanging edge on the base edge. This, if left, can cause you problems and slow you down and catch while you're on the mountain. So you're just going to want to, one more time, go over the base edge. Just to make sure you get any hanging edge off of there. Good, that's perfect. Then, again, just wipe them down. You don't want anything left on the edges. Now you can use a diamond stone to get rid of any notches or shards of metal left on the edge. You need to do both the base and side edge again. And just drag it over. Just all the way across, just once or twice, not too much pressure. Just make sure you hear that scraping noise and you should be good. Notice it'll help because it'll keep the edges as clean as possible, make sure there's nothing left in them, and keep your board sharp. Then finally pull out your gummy stone and use the fine edge to do final polishings on the base and side edge. This is not exactly necessary, but it makes it as sharp as possible and the metal clean. One last again, after you do every step, you should again just wipe off the board's edge. Now to detuning. One thing we've done is we've tuned up the tip and tail of the board. This isn't good because tuning up the tip and tail can make it catch when you're on the mountain and jerk your front around. So you're gonna want to do is take the rough side of your gummy stone and just drag it along this edge at about a 45-degree angle. Just a couple times, doesn't need that much. Need to be that much at all. Just a couple times until it's no longer as sharp, and this will stop you from catching your edge and save you a lot of trouble while on the mountain. Thank you for joining us for this video. Again, remember to wipe off your edge. Next video, we're going to be doing fixing your base with P-Tex. Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.